Walkman is a brand of portable audio players. The first Walkman was released on July 1st in 1979 and are still being made to this very day. So, how did this product become so popular? Well, let's find out. The compact cassette was developed by the Dutch electronics firm Philips and released in August in 1963. In the late 1960s, the introduction of pre-recorded compact cassettes made it possible to listen to music on portable devices as well as on car stereos, through gramophone records, remained the most popular format for home listening. Portable tape players of various designs were available, but none of them were intended to be operated by a person as they were walking. In the 1970s, Brazilian inventor Andreas Pavel devised a method for carrying a player of this type on a belt around the waist, listening via headphones, but his stereo belt concept did not include the required engineering advancements to yield high-quality sound reproduction, while the tape was subject to mechanical shock as would be expected on a person walking. Pavel later lost his suit claiming the Walkman idea as his own. Also in 1969, Sony did have a pocket-sized mono-cassette recorder for journalists, the TC50. Sony co-founder Masaru Ibuka used Sony's bulky TC-D5 cassette recorder to listen to music while traveling for business. He asked Executive Deputy President Norio Oga to design a playback-only stereo version optimized for walking. The metal-cased blue and silver Walkman TPS-L2, the world's first low-cost personal stereo, went on sale in Japan on July 1st, 1979, and was sold for around 33,000 yen, or in the US and Canada, it would be $150. Though Sony predicted it would sell about 5,000 units a month, it sold more than 30,000 in the first 2 months. The Walkman was followed by a series of international releases. As overseas sales, companies objected to the Waseigo name. It was sold under several names including Soundabout in the United States, Freestyle in Australia and Sweden, and Stowaway in the UK. Eventually, in the early 1980s, Walkman caught on globally and Sony used the name worldwide. The TPS-L2 was introduced in the US in June 1980. The 1980s was the decade of the intensive development of the Walkman lineup. In 1981, Sony released the second Walkman model, the WM2, which was significantly smaller compared to the TPS-L2 thanks to inverse mounting, the power-operated magnetic head, and soft-touch buttons. Sony applied the Walkman brand to some transistor radios, starting with the matching blue SRF 40FM Walkman in 1980, and added a radio to some Walkman cassette models, starting with the model WMF1 in 1982. The first model with Dolby Noise reduction system appeared in 1982. The first ultra-compact cassette-sized Walkman was introduced in 1983. Model WM20 with a telescopic case. This allowed even easier carrying of a Walkman in bags or pockets. The first model with auto reverse was released in 1984. In October 1985, the WM101 model was the first in its class with a gum stick, rechargeable battery. In 1986, Sony presented the first model outfitted with a remote control, as well as one with solar battery, WM-F107. Within a decade of launch, Sony held a 50% market share in the United States and a 46% in Japan. Two limited edition 10th anniversary models were released in 1989, WM701S/T in Japan, made of brass and plated in sterling silver. Only a few hundred were built of each. A 15th anniversary model was also made on July 1st, 1994. A 15th anniversary model was also made on July 1st, 1994 with vertical loading. and a 20th anniversary on July 1st, 1999, with a prestige model. By 1989, 10 years after the launch of the first model, over 100 million Walkmans had been sold worldwide. 150 million units were manufactured by 1995. By 1999, 20 years after the introduction of the first model, Sony sold 186 million cassette Walkmans. Portable compact disc players led to the decline of the cassette Walkman, which discontinued in Japan in 2010. The last cassette-based model available in the US was the WM-FX290W, which was first released in 2004. And there is the history of Walkman. So, what made it so popular? Well, during its time of its release, it basically became popular because of what it did at the time. It was able to bring music with you on the go, which was something that was very, very new at the time. But anyways, with that being said, I think so I'm going to end off this video. If you guys haven't enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button. And also, don't forget to subscribe because videos every single day. And also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell on my other channels. You can find my other channels in the channels tab on my YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel, if you can find it, is actually the one that you're watching this video on right now. For those who are totally unaware, there is this new policy that YouTube rolled out, which basically prevents some people from posting links in the description, and some of the links that I post in my description actually do lead to my channel, do lead to my other channels, and they also do lead to my social media accounts. So hopefully this all gets sorted out really soon, and until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!